Hi, and welcome back. Actually, let me grab my phone. To me doing whatever I do whenever I feel like it. In this week's edition, we are still trying to find good people to pull cards for you on live streams when I am not around because I'm doing 800 other things as I want to do. Um, we gave Sam a run a couple weeks ago, and she was great. Um, but is trying to do other things, and we're trying to build a little family unit here with seasoned readers who I know can give something in particular to you. So on our next stop, we have my good friend Heidi, who we read together at the Renaissance Fair. She has read cards for me. I have read cards for her for many years. She is my trusted tarot friend, fellow advisor. Let me add her.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
This is, oh, I still have it saying comments. I was showing Heidi how the platform works and didn't um, but Heidi is my good friend and fellow tarot person. We've known each other for some number of years now. Time is not real.
Time is not real.
And my favorite story I like to tell people about you is when we read tarot at my first and only Renaissance fair.
Which was my first and only Renaissance fair as well.
I did not know that, and I love that.
Yeah.
We had booths next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who are not familiar with reading at Renaissance fairs, they are rapid fire, 15 minutes, in, out, next person, seat, in, seat. So they're back to back to back to back. And we're sitting next to each other, hammering through readings, and we get a couple. And this couple gets split where I get the boyfriend and you get the girlfriend. And we do their 15-minute reading, and obviously they're both about their relationships, and they're like this new couple. And they get up, walk away at the end of the reading, and we scurry over to each other before we get the next person. And we're like, what did you tell them? Did we tell them the same thing? And we compared notes and readings, and they were identical. And I was like, okay, you're legit. All right.
Yeah, it was that was a tight one because it seemed like things weren't great, but there was great potential. It just he needed to sit down and shut up, and she needed to stand up for herself.
Absolutely.
So I hope they've grown together.
I've had a couple of people reach out from that Renaissance fair later on in months and years and message like the page and go, hey, you were right. It's the most validating thing.
Yeah, there's some things that I am I don't remember a lot, like, because you just can't. You read so much, like, and it's not information for you, but there are some readings that have stuck with me that I wonder, I do wonder what happened, and some of it wasn't like necessarily great.
Right.
You know, because like people think, hey, I'm at the fair, let's get a card reading, it'll be fun, and then it's like, no, this is legit. Like, it's not going to be all sunshine and roses.
It's not a game.
Yeah.
Hi, ladies. Hi, Anna. Hi, Marilyn. So if you're just popping in my never-ending quest to find good tarot readers for you that are more reliable on live stream than myself, we have brought my good and seasoned friend Heidi, and we're talking about our tales of reading together. So I am going to let her pull cards for you today, and I am going to run the comments and follow the list, and we'll just see how it goes. And I'll provide amusing commentary. Let me make you more important than me. There we go. All right, first up, we have Anna. A lot going on. Use a reading.
All right. Well, let's pull out 3 cards for you, Anna. See what we got. All right. Oh, dear. Okay, yes, you do have a lot going on. So we have the Four of Cups, Three of Swords, and then the Magus or the Magician. So I think in your recent past, you had something that seemed like a really great thing, and you were real excited about it, but something wasn't quite right with it, and you might not have been aware of it at the time. Or maybe this was only supposed to be a temporary thing, but you didn't realize that. And right now you're feeling pretty heartbroken. You're feeling pretty heartbroken, but do recognize that coming up that the Magus is a great card to get in this kind of situation, because not only do you have all the tools that you need to get through this, you also have all the what is it? Like, you know what you need to do. And also, if you have things to do, use those things to help get you through this time. Like, I mean, it could be like, just sometimes when we're going through heartache, the best thing to do is sometimes distract ourselves. Like, if you have a project to work on your project. If you're going to school, pour yourself into your schoolwork. You know, if you have a job, do your best that you can at that. Like, focus on that. And I mean, I'm not saying it's like a cure-all for the heartache, but it does kind of help you get through it. And that's what I'm seeing with these three cards. And I'm sorry that you're having a lot of trouble, but you have all the magic within you to make things work going forward.
He said, I just recently lost someone who I thought was my best friend, stabbed me in the back, and I was extremely attached, so I'm very heartbroken. So that makes perfect sense. Yeah, absolutely. And that, like you said, the Magician speaks to our control and capacity to make change. So we have the tools, we are equipped to make changes and improve our state, even if we can't improve our relationship.
Yeah, and if you have hobbies or anything, like, do those hobbies. I know we can't, like, hobbies are sometimes a great way to meet new people, and it's hard to do that right now, but just even reach out to other friends. Like, you have all the tools in your toolbox, and that's what the Magus is all about, or the Magician.
Absolutely. So. Next up, we have Amy Goudreau.
Okay, Amy, let me draw 3 cards for you. Let's see what comes out. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is actually kind of exciting in an odd way, but it might. It's an exciting read, because first card we have here is 5 of Wands. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And the Death card is our final card. So what I am seeing is that you've had a really tough time in the past. Not super tough, but it's just been like a period of low energy, stagnation, stress, just trying to carry, you know, that burden through, get things done, but just feeling like you're walking through mud. And now I don't know what's changed, but all of a sudden you're just basically being a boss bitch and being like, fuck you, fuck that, fuck everything. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, just kind of like basically clearing out the cobwebs, but not just within yourself and your own energy, just like kind of telling everybody else too, like, I am not picking up your dirty socks off the goddamn floor anymore. That kind of
stuff. Stop here.
Yes. And, you know, I know the death is kind of a scary card to most people, but in this I see it's just going to be like whatever has been holding you back and dragging you down, by kind of like taking that mask off and telling everybody how it is, it's going to transform your life. Like, life as you known it in the past is done. Like, you're not going to be dealing with that shit anymore. It's going to transform on a seismic level. Like, your whole life will change from this point forward. I don't know how it's going to change, but it's going to be in a big way. And I see it as a positive, because whatever dead weight you've been carrying, you know, that scythe is finally like cutting it all away. You know, your swords here, Queen of Swords, cutting everything off. It's just going to die, and you're going to be able to grow from that. So
transformation, the Phoenix. Death is one of my favorite cards.
Mine too. I mean, sometimes you're kind of like, meh, but you already knew it was dead weight, usually. So
Amy said,
it's
yes,
not a
makes so much sense.
yeah. You're welcome.
Let's see. Up next, we have Marilyn.
All right, Marilyn, let's see. Let me do a little shuffle and see what I get for you. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so we have Princess of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Moon as your 3 cards. You know, initially I was seeing these as past, present, future, but I think this one's a little different. You have victory, Six of Wands. So you've accomplished something great. And on either side of it, you have Princess of Cups. And this is you in a way where this is kind of like coming out of a shell, like a newness of feeling, like you're feeling good about things. Like this is like kind of like happy, I want to say happy dancy times, but it's like gentler than that. It's just like feeling good, feeling beautiful. But at the same time, there's this kind of like that's the plus side of this victory, as it were, the Six of Wands moment, this proud moment. And on the other side, there feels like a tinge of illusion to it, like you feel like you can't trust this. I'm going to draw an extra card for that because I get the sense that I think you can trust whatever you're feeling. Like whatever victory this is, whatever great moment that you're having right now, trust it. And yes, that's what I'm getting for is the 9 of discs, which is telling me like whatever this is, just go with that feeling. You are in a safe space.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds
great.
like imposter syndrome. Like
Yeah.
we are doubting ourselves, our own capacity, and then the 9 speaks to abundance. The capacity is there.
Yeah. I have to say most. Yeah, but well, not all of the 9s, but I like the 9s generally speaking. Except if it's 9 of Swords, but you know.
Right. It's 9s mean excess. It's abundance. It's more than enough. And 9 of Swords is an excess of thought.
Negative thinking. Yeah. Meanness.
Brittany Cox, my girlfriend, says, I love you. I love you too.
That's sweet.
And you just got a $5 tip from Amy.
Oh, shucks. Thank you.
Oh, shucks. Thanks. Let's see. Who do we have next? Michaela says shared, new, following, and then lots of emojis. So I'm going to assume that means me next.
Okay. All right. So I'll just draw 3 cards.
Yeah. Oh, in the meantime, because Anna said thank you, I'll definitely be booking a private reading. I am still personally doing private readings. I am pulling away from live streams. So Heidi will be doing more live streams and you'll see me in and out with her sometimes. You can also, as of right now, today and henceforth, book with Heidi for private readings as well on the website. Her schedule is live and you can tweak that as you need to, but you can book with her and tip her, and she's a great lady. But proceed, Michaela.
Thanks. Okay, Michaela. So something happened really quickly. Like this was like a pew, like a bolt out of the blue moment. This is the first card, Ace of Wands, that is. And the second card after that is Death. And then after that, Princess of Swords. So what I see here is this, whatever this lightning bolt moment that happened, just coming in, and usually I have to qualify the aces. Oh, so not like a happy thing. So this is the 5 of Cups. So whatever this thing was, it's like heavy emotional, like huge disappointment, huge, just like, oh man, like, God damn, like, I thought this thing was legit. And then it's just bolt out of the blue, like, nope, you thought you had something, it's not there anymore. Okay, so right now we're in the period of whatever this was is now ending and it's dying fast. But on the plus side, what's coming up for you is that Princess of Swords, you'll be able to reshape your life into whatever you want it to be. And it doesn't have to be what you thought it was or thought it should be. It doesn't even have to fit the mold. Like sometimes this means like not going like the trajectory that was expected of you from your family or your friends, or even what you thought you wanted when you were younger. Like this is more like, you know what? I think I'm going to go join the circus kind of thing. You know,
I did
something
that.
completely
I
different,
fully
out of the
recommend
blue.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like completely reimagining your life, whether it's even something like, I don't know, let's say you have a 9 to 5 job, but you always like doing art. Now all of a sudden, like, why don't you become a tattoo artist? I don't know. Like that's just an example of, you know, changing your life. Or going from like living in like a, you know, standard white picket fence and house and then going on and living in a commune. Like that's the kind of changes I see, like big uh going against the norm.
Like you're going full speed ahead in not necessarily the right direction for you, and a wrench gets thrown in it that feels like a wrench, but turns you on course instead of off course.
Yeah.
I like
But
it.
yeah, thank you for pulling that together better than I did.
No, I just reworded it. Amanda says, hey guys, me please.
All righty. Let me do a little mix up. All right. Okay. Okay, this is an interesting one. So we have Queen of Cups, Prince of Wands, and another Magus card. I forgot to mention that my deck has 3 Maguses, and I
I
called this
love
one the
that.
Dark Magus. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. I've been meaning to talk about it in my group, but I haven't. We're on a live, but I haven't done that yet. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is this Queen of Cups. I think this is you. Like it's kind of like romantic, putting yourself out there, like feeling like almost like you want to get in a relationship again or get romantic again. And it appears to be that there is someone there that seems like a good candidate, but I would watch out. I just, you know, it just feels like there's something shady going on. So I would tread carefully if I were you. So just go into it. Whatever this is, go into it with your eyes open and recognize that it may not, everything may be as it appears, and this person may not be who they are pretending to be, or as serious as they're pretending to be. So just take that with take what you may from that. So that's my advice on that.
That makes sense. Marilyn said she's getting ready to launch her business and waiting for the other shoe to drop. So that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Amanda said that she is in a long-term relationship.
Huh. All right. If it's not that, it's definitely people. So if you're starting,
It
it's
might not
either
be
a
a
new
romantic
friendship.
relationship. What was the first card?
It was the Queen of Cups.
Mm.
So it's something interacting with other people. So if it's not your long-term relationship, because I saw this as a new person coming in.
But there's been questions of
Oh.
fidelity. So that could involve a new person and not necessarily them being.
Or it could even, yeah, it could be. So I would just, you know.
New attitude, a new. face of this person.
Yeah, just I'm seeing be aware of your surroundings and just be wary.
Yeah. If you are just tuning in, me and Heidi are hanging out, pulling cards by donation. If you are familiar with this channel or stream or page, depending on where you're at, Amanda said thanks, guys. Because we are multi-streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You see me periodically and sporadically. You will likely be seeing Miss Heidi here Tuesday evenings, roughly 7 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to lock that in as a weekly thing. If you'd like a reading, comment, let us know, and you can be next. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. We did not warn you in advance that we were doing this because I am attention deficit, and if I say I'm going to do it, I might not. So, so we surprised
feel
you.
you there.
So there's a lot of people in and out, but at least you'll know when to expect us in the future. Talk about a gut hit. Yeah. I mean, you can't control what other people do or how they change for better or worse. All you can control, and that's the magus, the magician again, is yourself and your own realm, your own sanity and your path, your direction. But you have full autonomous control over that.
While we were she was talking about this popped up. So I think this might be for you, Amanda. It's the 6 of discs. So I'd say like this is like don't stress it out about it too much. Like you can take care of yourself if need be. Also, if you have ideas or things that you want to do, you should try and work on them. And that's like in a purely physical realm, like whether new career, projects, anything involving money or finances. Like you'll be okay.
Right. Would anybody else like us to pull cards for them? Let's see what's happening. Started a new job today. There you go.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. I started a new job yesterday, so job club.
I'm starting new and stressful things every day. So let's see.
All right. Well, we have the Emperor card. Oh, I don't know if you know I do this sometimes, Taryn. When I do lives on my personal feed, I'll read the cards that popped out, even though no one's asking me any questions.
I like it. I'm fine with that. You read your way. And that's another reason why I want to gather a small, like, familial team of readers, is because there are so many different ways. And there are certain codes that I think are important that I want to maintain in our business. But as far as energy and strategy and how you pull cards and how you shuffle and how you cut and how you read or don't read reversals is unique to the person. And that's what, that uniqueness is important to the end client. I can't read for everybody because I'm not meant for everybody. And you can't read for everybody because you're not meant for everybody. But our combined energy, and we have a spammer on the page. Let me delete them. I realize that I'm getting popular when people start to comment trying to leech readings. Let me block. So I have to block people like once or twice every live stream now because it's like spammers and stuff. Brittany Cox, I'm drawn to you, my beloved, for
That's
your reading.
interesting
And
because,
I
like,
send me friend request. You are blessed. That's my
I
girlfriend.
keep getting, I'm getting like a lot of meanings coming out of this card right now. Like you were just talking about, I mean, as I've been holding this card in my hand, the
Right.
business. So, and
Right.
this is how like you're running back porch magic, and sometimes you got to like kick people out, be your own, tyrant. But also, I was thinking like with Amanda here starting her own a new job, then that's like building a new structure into her life. But also, like it's just like the meanings keep coming. Like we're coming into the Aries season very soon, and this is like one of the cards. It's like considered Aries is the energy behind it, and spring and things starting anew. So like sometimes I will stare at a car and be like, what are you talking about, dude? And other times I'm like, too many
You're
meetings.
saying so many things at one time. Yes, absolutely. I love that. Last call. Anybody else would like us to pull cards for them? Next week we'll post about it in ahead of time so people know that we're going to be live, and then we'll like share it a bunch and stuff. I like to do soft launches because hard launches are stressful. Soft launches are easier and less demanding.
This is true.
But this is nice. This has been nice. And there was never any doubt that you would be a perfect fit. I mean, but you're a perfect fit for us and this porch, and we are glad to have you.
I'm glad to be on the porch. I love the podcast. One of these days I'll call and make sure I tell my stories.
Actually, this coming episode, we did not have a listener submission. And so at the end of the episode, instead of a story, you hear me going, well, you should have just called and told us a story, and you don't get one now. So maybe that will be your reminder to call and give us a cool story.
Like I said, it's the same ADD brain. Like I have about 5 in my head, and I'm like, I don't know which one to pick. And then you just forget. So you end up forgetting about it, not doing it at all.
That's my whole brain.
Yep. ADHD problem. Oh, parting card.
Parting card.
It's the 3 of Cups.
I love it. Appropriate.
On the back porch and having a good time. I love it.
Wholesome. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good night. If you would like to book private readings with Miss Heidi, you can do so on the website backporchmagick.com/booking. Call into our podcast, listen to us, tell us cool stories, tell me you love me, tell me I'm pretty, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.